Before we introduce our honorees, presenters, and special guests, I'd like to again wish to thank our 23 sponsors for their support of this evening. Please take a moment to review the programs in front of you to see the list of sponsors, because without them, this evening would not happen. And we thank you very much for your support. Marty and I would also like to give special thanks to the Franklin Committee, who volunteered their time and make this an outstanding event. I'd like to ask the members of the committee to please stand and be recognized. I just want to tell you that there are a lot of good salespeople in that committee, so we rely on them very heavily, and we, again, appreciate all their hard work. And finally, and certainly last but not least, we'd like to make special thanks to the PIA Printing Industries Alliance staff, who always work very hard to make this a very special evening for all of us. And a round of applause for them, please. So I have a few housekeeping announcements. When the formal reception presentations are over, the bars will reopen. So we're standing between you and the bars. So we'll try to make this as speedy as possible. The bars will close, and all the food stations will close at 10 p.m. We've got some great door prizes, so at the end of the presentations and acceptance speeches, there'll be a drawing. So if you haven't put your business card in the basket, please do so. And also, before you go home, if you'd like to take one of these flower arrangements from the table in front of you, please be our guest and help yourselves. Also, something to tell you about is that the Lighthouse has a shuttle, which will start running later this evening. That will take you from the Lighthouse to 8th Avenue and 23rd Street, where you should be able to get some better choices of transportation. So I'd like to introduce the distinguished guests and honorees and presenters on the dais. So starting to my immediate right, my co-chair, Marty Maloney, chairman of Broadford and Maloney. Michael Graff, president and CEO of Sandy Alexander. Diane Romano, I don't think she needs an introduction, but anyway, president and CEO of Hudson Yards, past Franklin Event chair and current Franklin Committee member. Kelly Erickson, Group Account Director of Sawtooth Group. Brenda Barozzi, Senior Vice President of Production Services at Pipeline PS and a Franklin Committee member. To my Michael Keene, Chairman of the Board of Directors of the Printing Industries of America. And Michael Macon, President and CEO of the Printing Industries of America. To my left, Tim Freeman, President of Printing Industries Alliance. Laura Reed, Vice President of, actually a little out of order. So Rita Little, Vice President of Marketing at Bed Bath & Beyond. Laura Reed, Vice President of Production, Hearst Magazines. John Laughlin, Executive Vice President and General Manager of Hearst Magazines. Stacy Ferrara, Executive Director of Marketing of Source Media and Franklin Committee member. Vicki Keenan, Vice President of Printing Industries Alliance. And that concludes our welcoming announcements. Sorry, it's a little bit out of order than you're usually familiar with. And with that, I'm going to invite Tim Freeman to come to the podium and share a few thoughts with us. Tim?
Gary, thank you very much. Believe me, there will be very few thoughts. If you've spoken to my wife, you can appreciate that sentiment. Good evening, everyone, and thank you again for being with us. The annual Franklin event is an evening that we all look forward to. It's one of the real signature programs that we have in our industry each year. I think what makes Franklin so special is not only the incredible roster of Franklin honorees, past and present, but also the broad spectrum of industry leaders who join us each year. I'm privileged to take a few moments to recognize some of these leaders who are with us this evening. Just to start off, we do have with us this evening Lauren Lucas. Lauren is a student at FIT and a scholarship recipient from the Graphic Communications Scholarship Foundation. Lauren is here representing two students, Jessica Cedeno and Lindsay Buckley, who received funds that were generated by the Franklin event and the scholarship program that was held several months ago. So Lauren, thank you for being with us. I'd also like to recognize Richard Krasner, who is the immediate past chair of the Graphic Communications Scholarship Foundation. With us this evening, we have several PIA board members: Pat Ryan, Eric Weber, Hallie Satz, Chris Pellegrini, Adam Averick, John Moss Jr., and Lou Troiano. We also have some former board members, Cheryl Kahanick and Rich Barbaria. We'd also like to, again, recognize Michael Macon and Michael Keene, and also Michael's lovely wife, Anne Marie, is here as well. And that's it, I think, for the, dignitary. We talked about former award recipients as well. We have with us Betty Mall, Hallie Satz again, Diane Romano, Valerie Marone, Randy Colahan, Scott Masterson, Kathy Maroli, and Lester Samuels. Thank you all for being with us. Without further ado, we will get on to the rest of our program. Thank you again for being with us this evening.